Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. True. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand.
Okay, Coach, thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Denver Broncos. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check.
First carry for Royce Freeman. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Royce Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 1. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Bradley Chubb, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Davis now to return it. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready. Mike 51. I got one. Ready.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Freeman. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt, and this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. On third and long, it's locked. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
On second down now. It's Logan, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They run with Logan, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
No, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Ready. White 25. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. 52 is the mic right here. Green, 17. Hey, pick you.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
Here we go.
Let's check in with our referee.
Here we go.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. He completes it to Evans. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Winston. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
Set. 30 base. Watch 54. Hey, Delta. 5.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go.
45. Mike, 45.
Hurry. Ready.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. This is caught. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
45. Push him back. Switch.
They'll look to run with Freeman. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. Again, it'll be Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
They'll come out in the pistol. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now.
Block now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend their lead even further. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Coming to you.
Jameis now on 1st down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it here with Logan. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Ready? To the way. White. Hey. Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming.
Working out of the gun, Winston. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
The 28-yard line.
Ready.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Green, penalty. Lights 54.
Now Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Logan. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Winston looking for Perriman there. He's got him. That one a first down pickup of 8.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Broncos 1-yard line.
They come up in an offset eye. 2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke, he's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Hey, watch the slant.
To throw on 3rd down. Locke. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Fights loose. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
3rd and long for Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 83 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he will find his man on the outside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Clock now on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. It's a give to Freeman running right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Down. Stick the oar. Ready?
On first and 10, here's Locke. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Check 45 to Mike. I'm coming for you, son.
Shotgun snap to Locke. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
We own them. We own them. Go. 52 by 52.
Here's Winston. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And a Buccaneer first down.
Ready. Black 25. 52. Get that quarterback. And on. Back two, the Mike. Mike back two. Mike back two.
Throwing, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman. That'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Shit. Here we go.
This is Logan. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
We're ready. Blue ready. 52 the Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready? Blue ready. Flip it, flip it, flip it. 52's the Mike. Watch left.
From the red zone now, Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up fourth down. Gay's kick is good, and that's going to tie things at 20. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Second and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. On second down, here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on second down. Locke. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Haywood.
45, Mike, 45.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
You got tape. You got tape.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get some. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Ready. Ready. Triple T. I got you.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Ready?
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Wide. Get wide.
Locke now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Let's get this.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing now is Locke. They'll find Royce Freeman, the running back. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Locke to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take for 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's bring it. 52.
From the gun, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point 4th quarter lead.
It's now 3rd and goal.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They run. Odula. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 48-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run again with Logan. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Winston now from the 50. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. Returnable here for Davis. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here we go, here we go. 30 base.
55. Check 45.
Hey, exit.
Check 45 tonight.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play on top deep. Don't let him breathe. Let go.
Back to throw. Lock. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Only 2 yards on the completion. It's 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
5.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
And 2 stop. X3. 218. Ready?
This is Freeman. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
At the Buccaneers' 23-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Running the sweep with McLaurin, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
On 3rd down, Freeman, and an alley to run. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a desperation throw, and this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, baby.
Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Denver, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Cars in my front yard, 30 on my
this, man. Check the wrist, man. Got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause I blame she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex. She like, girl, you can count on him.